Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about AI in it. This came up and my initial reaction was frustration. I saw people kind of blackpilling on art in general and on animation. And I thought, the real problem here, AI is a problem. But the problem is how people are starting to feel about it. And that's a lot of people in the creative communities are starting to feel like there's no point. And I don't want people to feel that way. So we're going to go into why you shouldn't. But first, I want to cover these two things that kind of set another round of this feeling off. So, as usual, this comes from Shad because he is the poster child for AI online for some reason. That's just become his thing. So there's been this release of text to video from something called Sora AI. And it can create videos, as you can see here, up to 60 seconds featuring highly detailed scenes, complex camera motion, multiple characters with vibrant emotions, etc., etc. You can judge the quality if you want. I've seen different videos of it than this one, and it really struggles with some stuff, like AI typically does. It's not as flawless as they would like you to believe. And then, of course, Shad comes out. Hollywood is dead. Soon everyone with a computer will be their own film studio. We're going to see an explosion of artistic expression the likes the world has never seen. Considering how creatively bankrupt Hollywood is right now, I say good. So, I have talked about before on this channel what I call the entertainment renaissance. And that is more technology is available than ever before to more creative people than ever before across creative fields to produce entertainment without needing the traditional structures and the traditional sources. And that remains true. You can do so much more than you used to, and it does not take AI. And AI, you think initially, this opens a lot of avenues, this allows people to do creative work like what he's talking about here, completely ignoring how it's trained, that it's taking a bunch of people's art, that it's putting people out of jobs, that it is taking away, more importantly, people's desire to create in the first place and to share their creativity and their entertainment. There's no point in an entertainment renaissance where nobody actually wants to do it. And what you'd get if it was AI, all AI, is a bunch of very samey looking generic stuff because all these big AI programs are trained on the same data sets. That's why they all look kind of similar. And you can't usually tell, this came from this AI and this came from that AI because of the similarities in data sets. So then the other thing came up. And he was kind of responding to his own thing here. So he says, I'm going to make a proper live-action adaptation of The Wheel of Time that's actually good and respects the source material. This is what made me react. Because this is theft. This isn't theft in the sense of, hey, you're copying people's work and using it to make AI art. This is literal IP theft if he were to actually go through with it. Because you have to buy the license to make a Wheel of Time show. You can't just do it willy-nilly. And it doesn't fall under the category of fan fiction because it would be an actual adaptation of the source material, meaning you're making the same thing rather than, making a fan film in the same setting with different characters or a short story or something like that. No, you're taking the books and you're making a movie. That is direct violation of IP. And it means that all these arguments, this isn't stealing, this isn't theft, we're not here to steal, they're all lies. This is the end goal. This has been the end goal all along for these people who support AI in this way, where it's all about, I'm going to do what I want to do to own the people that I don't like. And to hell with the law, to hell with IP property rights, because I want to do what I want to do, and I don't care what stands in my way. And you can see here is an AI-generated picture of Lan from the Wheel of Time with Shad's face on it. And it's really, this is an older image, but it really encapsulates this whole attitude. I don't like what they did with the Wheel of Time, so I'm going to make my own thing of the Wheel of Time. Now, don't get me wrong, the Wheel of Time show is bad, and it's not respect the source material. Neither does stealing it. That's not respectful of the source material either. When you've made all this, oh, it's not theft argument, and then you do this, when you take this and you look at the fact this is an author, okay? He has his own book, and his first instinct wasn't, now I can make an animated movie of my own book. His first instinct was, now I can take somebody else's property and do what I want with it, because I don't like what the property owners have done with it. That is a dangerous precedent that scares a lot of people, and for good reason. Because if you can do that, then IP rights have no value. That's why you're seeing people saying, well, you know, I'm just going to stop making art. Because they're going to steal it anyway and do what they want with it. Why would I put it out there? So that's where we get to this black pill concept of people just quitting. And I know a lot of creatives feel down. They see these posts over and over again. They see them, they see posts calling people idiots and disingenuous and other various words, and they get down, they feel depressed, they feel like, what's the point? Why, if somebody, you know, if you're an animator and somebody can just spit this out, why am I even bothering? Why am I putting all the work in? Well, here's the thing. People are really good at picking out, and sometimes it takes a little time. People are really good at picking out fakes. People can sense fakes, and they can sense when people are being, for lack of a better word, disingenuous. It takes time sometimes, but it's there. People see it and understand because they see this stuff, and what's going to happen more and more is they see this stuff and you're like, yeah, there's nothing there. There's no soul in it. There's no creative human drive. There's a couple of words, they typed it in. It's not impressive because they put no work into it. Okay, and I know what Chad would say. Oh, but I do my own drawings and blah, blah, blah. Okay, comparatively speaking, that's not work either. Compared to what artists are having to do, especially for animation. A lot of people talk to people who like anime. They know the person who makes the anime. They respect their skill and ability. And we're always like that. We are always looking for people of skill and ability, and that is what impresses us more than anything else. You see an image and it's AI art, and you're like, even if you think it's good, you're like, oh, that's neat. But when you see something that's been done by hand or done on the computer, not using AI, and it's really good, you're like, wow, somebody did that. And the better it is, the more you get that impression. And it's just like, when you watch football, do you want to watch the NFL? Or do you want to watch some high school league somewhere? I know there's high school league fans, but by and large, people want to watch the NFL. It's got the highest level of competition, the most skill. When you see art, when you see movies, yeah, there are movies that come out and you're like, that was fun. But that's kind of it, right? Like, let's take, just for example, the first Transformer movie. Not the 84 cartoon, but the 88 cartoon, I forget what year it was. Michael Bay movie. I saw it and I went, yeah, that was fun. But I wasn't impressed by it. I don't remember much about it. And most people don't, right? But what sticks out to you? Skill, talent, creativity. Typing in some words and saying, I'd like to see a guy sword fight another guy. That's not creativity. And it's definitely not skill. But what do people remember? People remember The Shawshank Redemption. Skill, creativity, story. People remember Jurassic Park. Skill, creativity, the effort that went into the animatronics. You remember those things. You remember the amazing books that you've read that were written by someone that was just able to speak to you on some level, or just able to entertain you in a way that really gripped you. And you can't do that with generic stuff. Even if people consume it, it doesn't get remembered. It has no cultural impact. But what you create, what you draw or animate or write, has impact. And you may not see the impact, but it does. Because every day somebody sees something somebody made. Maybe it takes the edge off their day. Maybe it relieves some stress. Maybe it's just that break they needed. Or maybe it speaks to them emotionally in a way that no AI is going to be able to do. And maybe they see it and they get inspired. I want to do that. I've felt that way when I see Star Wars or Star Trek, or I read a really good book, or a book that just gripped me in some kind of way. I get inspired to create myself and give that feeling to other people and give that entertainment to other people as well. Give them something to do that's not just more of the daily grind. And that's why you need to not. Don't let this get you down. Don't let this push you into the black pill. Don't let this make you say, you know what, I'm just not going to put anything online. If they have to steal your work to be impressive to their friends, it says more about them than it does about you. It might say something about your talent and skill. Not that you want it stolen. I'm just saying. If they need to come to you, who has the talent? Who has the creativity? Everything you put out, every image, can touch somebody or inspire somebody in ways you may never know. You don't have, unless you become huge, you may never meet that person, never know that it happened. This doesn't put a smile on somebody's face. This doesn't touch them in any kind of way emotionally. Neither does this. It might make them go, oh wow, look what computers can do. But it doesn't provide that reality break. It doesn't provide inspiration. It doesn't provide emotional catharsis. There's nothing to it. Just like bad Hollywood. Just like bad writing. But everything you make and put out there has that chance, has that opportunity. And you yourself, if you are a creative, know that you have to keep doing it because it's part of who you are. And a lot of times when we stop, we lose some not part of ourselves, but you get a little down. Something that you took pride in, you're no longer doing, and you lose something. Keep going for yourself. Keep going for the person you never met that in some way something you made had an impact on. When I say this, I don't mean never argue against it. I don't mean never forget AI for a minute. Just let it go and create. Do something fun. Do something that you feel inspired to do. And don't let this stuff get to you, because this is why do you think this stuff gets posted over and over again online? On social media sites, on YouTube. Why do you think it keeps getting pushed? Because, as I have shown before, a lot of these people have hostility for creatives. By letting it live rent-free in your head, by letting it get you down, you risk playing into their hand. Every piece you create your way is defiance against this behavior and this attitude. We all know soulless entertainment when we see it. And eventually that's what AI is going to be. You're going to start seeing it. And no matter how good the AI gets, it's always going to be soulless entertainment. Maybe good for a Michael Bay outing. Nothing that's going to inspire anybody. Nothing that's going to provoke anything. Because you can't do those things if you're not approaching your creativity from some human level. Human emotions, human inspiration, human psyche is not a checkbox. It's not a logistical algorithm. So go out there and create stuff, share it around, improve, publish. Publish your animation, publish your movie, publish your book, publish your comic. Because there are always going to be people who are looking for it, and there are always going to be people that you're going to have an impact on that you have no idea you did. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Ring the bell for notifications of new videos, and I will see you next time.